Yeah, backup recording of your stream will not be saved to record your stream history.
That's fine. Yeah, it's gonna just go straight on our YouTube, so we're good. You're in a good spot now. You just have to work the PowerPoint, and then at the end of the sermon, you just have to hit that red button and swipe it to shut the stream down.
Okay, so at the very end, where in the lower left hand on the phone, there's a red button.
Yep, and just swipe it up.
Swipe it up, and then that'll.
And then it'll say stream ended.
Okay.
Yep. And then just shut everything down, and you're good to go.
Okay, well, thank you, Robert.
Yeah, call me if you have anything coming here.
Okay, I might touch base with you at the very end, but I don't think so. I think you'll be here next Sunday.
Oh yeah.
What time you get here?
Probably 9:30.
Okay.
9, maybe 9:15. If you want to meet a little bit before, we can.
Yeah, I'd like to do this all over again.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good, Roy.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to grab boy for anybody else. Yes. I'm glad that was Robert.
Yeah.
I didn't send it to us. I had pictures. It wouldn't help me send it to him now. We have to send it to you.
For today?
Yeah.
Very similar.
About
to one time.
Oh, to put it in the PowerPoint?
Yeah, can I send them to you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just forget it. No. I'll mention
we do it
that.
next week?
Yeah.
Because he'll be here.
You will be here.
Yeah, good. Good to see you.
I'll do it then. And you still want to be Redfern assistant if you're not here.
Yeah, if I'm not here. So I told Robert I wanted to watch him do this for the next 3 or 4 times. So if he ever
Is he crazy now?
no, but just to have a backup, like today. So, but once I know,
It's a bind, but
then,
she always comes through.
I'd be able to take a 2-week vacation or whatever. So, yeah, it's just to have an extra.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's kind of hoping because I'm going to fill in today, but it's really Sue hasn't been coming. Now she'll come, she'll do today.
Right.
But if she doesn't do today, I was going to see if.
Well, I'd like to do. I'd like to be a platform speaker. Because I figure I'm here anyway. I mean, I might do something. So, but I just.
And he usually gives me a synopsis, but I can read it if you don't have any of that. You don't have any of
I
that.
do. This is the first time.
I'll tell you, Deirdre, she is really good.
Yeah.
She did
But she
it.
might be able to.
So,
But where? At what point? Among all these churches, we're doing cert then.
Oh, that's funny. That's no.
Deidre would probably know.
Not quite.
yeah, no, he has a list of things to be covered today that I have a sheet of. But the only thing I can't really wing is the announcements, unless they should have brought.
The announcements.
If I can get my distance glasses, that might help. I can see back here. I hate turning and looking up there because I'm not looking.
Are they these announcements? That one?
We have it
That
there.
one?
I'll build it. And then it was another.
But you have updated.
Right. Wasn't Unity? It was
I needed an updated one.
So maybe Deidre can insert one in here. Are these still valid? Yeah, these are all valid, except for
Well, it's probably every this, every that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She comes because it's a whole sheet of the whole service, like what I start with, the welcome, the this, and there's a blurb about our minister today. But that's her up there. Shell Redfern. So I've got that, and I looked at the blurb on. So I'm okay.
Okay, yeah.
And he knows this Dwayne. They're friends. And what is his name?
Catherine.
Thank you. And your name's Rory. I do know your name.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful that people can step in, and if it gets messed up, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Just everybody understands.
Yeah. Hopefully by next if I do I told him I'm meeting here next week, and I'll do it all by myself with him kind of.
Is he stepping away?
No.
You just want to be backup.
Just backup, so I can jump in.
Because stuff happens.
Yeah. If he's ever late, I can, start
Right.
before. And that way, if he wants to go on vacation for 2 weeks.
Because once you kind of learn it and know what's going on.
Yeah, he told me that everything they ever done. It seemed like there was like 25 steps, and he was just saying, "No, go here, go here."
There's something
off the top of the step.
He just stepped aside.
Yeah, he had an appointment down in the market or something. I think it was market, but he couldn't miss it. So I said, "Well, let me
Yes.
So.
Now it's the Center for Spiritual Living. Yeah. What happened was
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. The man with many hats, right?
Yeah.
Good to see him always bails me out.
any of those are fine except for the lunch. So see, I can take all of them, none of them, a couple of them, whatever works for you. This is my fashion.
It's too late.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, we'll see after today. I mean, the first one should be like
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
So they were playing Persian music and she was having a traditional Persian manner.
I won't see
Older traditional Persian music
How are you today?
Very to learn.
I'll take one just so I have to do So these are the new announcements. See, I got them.
Oh, okay.
Are these okay? All okay?
So this is Bill, this is it. Platform speakers. I'll take a photo.
Actually, she's not here.
Excited to travel with them.
This is just a little thought for you. Nothing.
No, it is something. Merry Christmas. Yes, I'll be here. I won't be here again.
That's why I asked you.
Are you going away for the holidays?
Yeah, we are. We're going up north and spending it with our kids, so that'll be fun.
That'll be nice.
I'll be at the meeting on Thursday, but then we leave Friday. So there's still a meeting Thursday, right?
I would think so. Board meeting, night two.
Oh, I know. Is your son coming up?
But I knew he liked it.
I love it. I have to buy something, Thank you so much. Oh, it will, definitely. Hey, you, how are you? Hey, Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I won't join you guys.
Yeah.
I had that other commitment for years on Mondays.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, we're all the same. Hi.
Yeah. Yeah, then Deidre's coming.
It's
I'm
not.
sure you put a
On the floor, it's glass shattered all over. So yesterday I bought a little bottle.
Oh, okay.
And I just put it on again. So I'm glad because I think it smells just real
Did you have your son?
clean, not fragrant.
Oh, okay. I might have to modify the state. So I think it's because yeah, let's just look at
And I started to go up to say hi. I used it up. I'm like, here and here. I usually sit up on the
But you're mine. It doesn't have I'm just wondering.
Yeah, two people are white or that's a whole nother story. It's rejected.
Those drugstores
It is.
And that was it was honest. I bet I've seen it. If you see it, it's gross. They notice it now.
Stick it like that.
Well, shares
Yeah, we gotta walk around. She doesn't seem like that.
well, it is now.
I didn't know until after.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, George. And
What happened? You walk away.
Looks like Kathy's gonna have to jump into that.
You're missing
sir, how are you?
She's fine. That's great. I like there's several places. And she's but I avoid all that stuff.
You're all set, Robert.
Yeah.
We were in a reset with water because we were printer promise. I said,
So you know how to do that too?
No, I haven't. I've never done it, but I have a general idea.
Okay.
We need to. Deirdre did a video of it, so we're going to set up Google Drive for us, and we'll put it on Google Drive.
Okay. I told Robert I'll be here and do it every day. He'll be here, but I'll try to start it on and here. I'll do everything. And he said, well, do it this way. So I should
Great.
have it
Okay.
down.
Yeah, he needed to print something, I guess, for the platform, but we can't print right now. The printer wasn't being recognized, and we're trying to after we're done, we'll reboot and see if that'll be recognized. We got to document all this stuff so people know what's going on.
Hey boy, we're ready to start.
last week, right? Where y'all live in Illinois or something?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Bonita Springs. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Welcome. Welcome to you all, and welcome to our friends on YouTube. We're so glad you're here today to join us, and I do see new faces in the crowd, it seems. So we would like, if you're a new member, a new visitor, if you're new here, please raise your hand, and our ushers will bring you a gift. Keep your hands up so we can see you, please.
Yeah, because right now you're showing.
And we invite you to fill out, there's a form in the back if you'd like to give us some of your information that we could contact you and get to know you better. Okay? Okay. God bless. I'd like to also welcome, well, you may have noticed that our speaker changed for today. So we not only want to welcome, but thank Reverend Shell Redfern for joining us today. We really appreciate her being here on such late notice. Reverend Shell is an ordained minister with the Center for Spiritual Living and a certified dream builder coach. I know, I'm anxious to hear more from what she's going to share with us today, and maybe we'll start building some more of our own dreams. Also, I wanted, please silence your phone. Sorry, I'm trying to go in order. Please silence your phone so that we can just have some meditation and prayer time.
So
I'd like to start by doing our mission statement and our vision statement. And we're all kind of winging it, some of us today. But let's, if you know it, please say it loud and clear so we can all share. Our mission statement: to invite and inspire spiritual consciousness through unity and its principles. And our vision statement: we are love, joy, and acceptance in the world. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. The prayer box we have in front here is there for you to, you thinking of someone that really needs prayer, share it in our prayer box, and we will all pray for that person here, and in 30 days it will go to Silent Unity for a silent blessing. Also,
so get out of this school. Okay.
I missed something.
Into
I think it's time for our affirmation statements. Thank you, Bill. Sorry, they'll be led by Bill Bosco.
It's still the same thing. I do. When I click, do I X that out? Savior changes to
Good morning, peace to all. This is the third Sunday of Advent. Third Sunday of Advent is love.
Okay.
So I'm going to light the 3 candles that represent faith, peace, and love.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, that's vision series, which I have one, but it also shows that the other one on the left.
And while I was out here lighting things, may as well light the tree too. Affirmations for December. Excuse me.
TV show.
Inner peace. Divine peace is my path and my true nature. Together. Divine peace is my path and my true nature. Guidance. I follow the star and respond to the light of divine wisdom. Together. I follow the star and respond to the light of divine wisdom. Healing. God is the flow of life within my body and being. Together. God is the flow of life within my body and being. Prosperity. I rejoice in abundant possibilities. Together. I rejoice in abundant possibilities. World peace. The Christ born in me is a gift to the world. Together. The Christ born in me is a gift to the world. Today's daily word, again keeping with the theme of love. One of the most beloved verses of Scripture. Excuse me.
Okay, I guess we did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of the most beloved verses of Scripture calls me to recognize love as the greatest of spiritual blessings. Wow. Today I will take the words of the Apostle Paul to heart and abide in love everywhere I go.
Okay, this was good.
To the marketplace, I spread my warmth with kind interactions with clerks and fellow customers. At meetings, whether work-related or social, I offer words of cheer that greet everyone as a beloved child of God. I express my love in moments of unconditional appreciation to all people. Wow. The more I look for reasons to share my love, the more I will find. Especially during the Advent season, there are many opportunities to visit, to care, to give. I will choose the ones that fill my heart to overflowing. Today I will abide in love. And from Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, and now faith, hope, and love abide. These three, and the greatest of these is love.
please join me in Surely the Presence. Right, the next slide. Yeah. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. There's a holy hush around us as God's glory fills this place. I've touched the hem of the garment. I can almost see God's face, and my heart is overflowing with the fullness of God's joy. I know without a doubt that I've been with the Lord. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
So let's take some time to turn within. If you're comfortable, I invite you to close the outer eye.
Please close turn down the lights. Thank you.
Let's take a couple of deep breaths together, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's try that again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more. Deep, 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 big breath in through the nose and out with an exhale that's audible. Let's feel the release of everything that's happened up until the right here, right now point. There's a release of the busyness of the morning, a release of the chaos of the morning, a release of thoughts, a release of feelings, a release of all of it. And settle into the silence that is everywhere present. In fact, it is right where we are now. For it's only when we are in the present moment that we can truly experience this thing called spirit, love, God, life, whatever you want to call it. It's right where each one of us is, in its fullness, right now. For the meditation today, I'm going to take some words from 1 Corinthians chapter 13 so that we can just ruminate on them for a bit. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not boast. It does not envy. It is not proud. Love does not dishonor others. Love is not self-seeking. Love is not easily angered. Love keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil. Love rejoices in the truth. Love always protects. Love always trusts. Love always hopes. Love always perseveres. Love never fails. Let's take these ideas just into a few moments of silence. And now these four remain: peace, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. I invite you to take one more deep, deep, deep breath with me. Slowly feel your fingers, feel your toes, and bring yourself back to the right here, right now, with all these beautiful feelings of love, coloring the rest of your day. When you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes.
Please join me. Love, love, love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the way. Love, love, love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the way. Joy, joy, joy is the answer. Joy is the answer. Joy is the way. Joy, joy, joy is the answer. Joy is the answer. Joy is the way. Let's go back to love, Roy. Love, love, love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the way. Love, love, love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is the way. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me back. It's a great pleasure to be here again. The talk title today is I Abide in Love. And I am going to talk about my mom to explore this idea of abiding in love. Now, I don't know about you all, but my relationship with my mom over the years have been kind of like this. You know, when I was young, it was really great. And then when I got into my teens, not so great. You know, that's kind of a mother-daughter thing. Any females in here might identify with that. And maybe males with their sons or with their daughters. I hope that you can find some identification here. And then about 25, 26, I realized my mom got a brain. So who really got the brain? My husband says that it took him the better part of 50-some years to train his parents to be the good people they are today. So it's kind of like that, isn't it? You know. And then when I was in my 30s, we started to build a new kind of relationship, my mom and I. And when I was in my 40s, she had her hip replaced and her knee replaced in the same summer. That's a lot, you know, gosh. And so she needed a lot of help at home. And so I would go there in the afternoons and take her to her doctor's appointments or her PT appointments, that is, and then help her because, you know, for a long time she was bedridden, you know, having both those things done. And we were able to have conversations then that were very deep and very meaningful, where I felt heard, where I felt that I could tell my side of what my childhood looked like and hear from her side what was really going on. And it gave both of us a tremendous amount of peace, and it created a marvelous relationship between the two of us. I get my spunk from my mom. I get my bullheadedness from my mom. You can ask my husband or my dad. And it's the parts about myself that I really enjoy, I got from my mom. My mom went back to school at 50. She went back to school at 50 to start a new career. And in 3 years, she earned her bachelor's. And she was determined to get out by 53 because she got into teaching. And she wanted to be tenured and be able to get full retirement. So she had to graduate by 53. So if she retired at 63, she'd get her full pension and full benefits, which she did. So that's what my mom's like. She's just a wonderful, wonderful person. And she taught Head Start in kindergarten, and she was great. About 20-something years ago, my mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And it started out, her handwriting got really small, and we couldn't figure out, and she just couldn't get it back there. My mom wrote loopy, you know, big, beautiful handwriting. And it got really tiny, and it would start out regular and just get tiny. And that's what brought her in for checkups. And they found, I don't know what makes evidence of Parkinson's in one's blood, but it was there. It was soon thereafter that like the Parkinsonian shakes started, and the symptoms that you would identify with Parkinson's started. My mom was on many, many different kinds of medication, and some of them would puff her up like a Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. You know, it was terrible. And some of them helped and some of them didn't. And we've been on a continuous journey with these medications. Now, there are a lot of parts of Parkinson's that we know about. And there are a lot of parts of Parkinson's that until you are with somebody that has Parkinson's, you know nothing about. Like the handwriting thing, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hallucinations are a big thing with Parkinson's people, a big thing. Weird dreams are a big thing, kind of goes hand in hand with those hallucinations. What are some of the stranger things? It's every time we bring a symptom into the doctor or the neurologist, they'll say, oh, that's the Parkinson's. And it did, I mean, they could be so unrelated. You think about the shakes and you think about the debilitation that happens, but a lot of things with Parkinson's are psychological. So in addition to the hallucinations, my mom would see children all the time, which makes sense because she was a teacher and she loved children. And she'd see animals sometimes and older people sometimes, you know. I was okay. But then dementia started kicking in. And they said, oh, that's Parkinson's. And the interesting thing about Parkinson's is that the meds to treat the Parkinson's can create the dementia. So then they'll give you meds to treat the dementia and they'll kick in the Parkinson's. You know, so it's a vicious disease. That my mom has had it for over 20 years is amazing. The span is about 16 that people are expected to survive from Parkinson's or with Parkinson's. Now, last year about this time, my dad very unexpectedly passed on. And my dad was my mom's full-time caregiver. That was rough. And we had to make the very difficult decision to put my mom into nursing care. We tried to do it ourselves, my brothers and I, and just couldn't do it. Now, at some part of this journey, and especially as the dementia kicked in more and more, I developed a practice of separating Mary, that's my mom, Mary, from Parkinson's. Because at the beginning of the dementia journey, that dementia was in and out, like it could flip on a dime, and it still can, but not as much as it did in the beginning. And dementia, this is one of the weird things about dementia. Dementia loves to sort things, loves to have things to sort. Now, my mom was an avid cook, 8 file drawers full of recipes, avid cook, right? Parkinson's would go back into the recipes and resort them all. Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess. It would keep Mom occupied for hours, which was kind of okay. But Mary would get up in the morning and go into her office and go, what the heck did you guys do to my recipes? She had zero recollection of what she had done. Zero. Parkinson's can be really nasty. And Parkinson's doesn't like me at all. Mary loves me. Parkinson's hates me. Because I tell Parkinson's, that's dangerous, you need to stop doing that. Not quite that bluntly. I try to redirect first. I do, I try to redirect. But when Mom picks up like a butcher knife to cut a pineapple when she doesn't have stable fingers, this is Parkinson's doing this. I'll cut that, don't worry. No, I'm cutting it. Stubborn bullheaded is live and present in Parkinson's. Mom, it's really not safe. No, I'm going to do it. I had to hide the knives in the closet. And then she's mad. I'm keeping her safe. And I understand why she's mad. She's an independent woman. And Parkinson's is that independent, stubborn, everything I love about my mom, woman, in a body that thinks that it can do everything it used to. And it can't. It can't. So what does all this backstory have to do with abiding in love? I found out a really interesting thing when I was starting to write this talk. I looked up the word abide because I didn't really know what abide meant. And I'm interested in words. And I think that they're in place for a good reason. And so what does abide really mean? Now, abide means to accept or act in accordance with, which I figured that was kind of it. And this could be a rule or a decision or a recommendation. So that means to accept, act, go along with it. Yeah, I'll abide by that. I'll go along with that. That works for me. The other definition of abide is to be able to tolerate. To me, those are two very different ideas. To abide, to decide to go along with, to go resonate with something maybe, and to tolerate. I've never liked the word tolerate. In fact, I can't stand that word. I just don't, because to tolerate means I'm right about something, you're wrong about something, but I'll just tolerate you doing it. That's why teaching tolerance, no, teach love, teach understanding, teach compassion. Don't teach tolerance, teach understanding. This has been a big thing for me. And I realized as I was working with this, that love really sometimes does mean being tolerant. And right now with my mom, I'm being very, very tolerant. Partly because I do understand, and I do have compassion, those things that I want. But it really is a tolerance, because she can be really nasty. And again, it's not Mary being nasty. Mary loves me. Parkinson's hates me. It still does. So it's this interesting journey that I'm still on with my mom. Dementia's out more than Mary these days. Dementia's in the house far more than Mary. But I still get glimpses of Mary every now and then. And last week, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, we had a doctor's visit, a neurologist visit. Now my mom has these episodes that present like she's had a stroke. She can't move, she can't speak, she can't do anything. And the doctors think that it's a severe Parkinson's episode. That's what they're calling it. But they're wondering now if it might be a seizure. So my mom had to go and get these, what would you call them? When they attach the things to your head? Yeah, it's an EEG, for sure. So we did a baseline EEG, to find out where she was normally. And then I had to bring her back to the neurologist, and they attached all those things all over her head again. And then they put the cutest little bonnet thing on her. It was literally this stretchy net sock, and they cut a hole in it for her face, and she looked like a nun. And out of the top of her head were all these wires, right? And they were all connected to the boxes on her, and she had to wear it for 2 days. And they were hoping that they could catch one of these episodes so we could determine if she's having seizures. So we're getting ready to go to this appointment, and we actually, the driver was running late to pick us up. And so my mom never left the house without makeup, ever. She was rarely ever seen without makeup. It was just really important to her to have makeup on. I have the exact opposite, which is kind of funny, but well, that's normal if you're mother-daughter. But so we had this time, and I said, hey, Mom, I said, do you want me to put your makeup on for you? Because it's hard for her to grip the tools now, and she doesn't really have the capacity. And she said, that would be great. So I pulled out her makeup, and I put on her makeup the way that she used to. And then, asking for coaching, what kind of eyeshadow do you want today, Mom? What should we do underneath your eye today, Mom? Because then she feels like she's a part of it. That's really important. And so we put on the makeup, and she's happy today. Even Parkinson's is happy with me today. And we go to this appointment, and after they put the thing and made her look like a nun and everything, we're walking through the hall, and there was a woman sitting there waiting to check out. And she looked at us, and she said, oh, to my mom, oh, aren't you beautiful? She said, look at your face. She said, your makeup is just perfect, and you can see it because you've got the hood on. Aren't you just stunning? Good for you. I said, she is, isn't she? And she said, yes, she is. we walked out, and I asked Mom when we got to the waiting room, I said, do you want to wait in the waiting room or do you want to wait outside? And she said, outside would be great, so I can get some fresh air. I said, okay. So I bring her outside, and after a while, my knees start killing me. And so I said to her, let me go and see if they'll let me have a chair. She said, great. So she's sitting out there, I've got her wheelchair parked. Again, here's the weird part about Parkinson's and dementia. My mom used to do Sudoku all the time. She loves playing Sudoku. And I had it on my iPad, and it was big, and she could just drag the tiles. Do you know that she sat out there playing Sudoku? She hasn't been able to read for months, like 3-4 years. Sometimes she makes up the numbers in Sudoku, and sometimes they end up all over the page instead of in the boxes. But in this iPad, she could pay, and she was playing it perfectly. It's so weird. It's so weird. So she was doing that, and I go into the office to see if they'll let me borrow a chair to sit outside with my mom. And so I come back, and this lady that had been in the checkout is talking to my mom out front. And she says to my mom as she's leaving, you just made my day. And she leaves. And I said, well, what was she talking about, Mom? And she said, I can see that your daughter loves you very, very much. And I said, well, that's true. And she said, and I can see that you love your daughter very, very much. And my mom says, well, that's true. And she said, that just made my day to see that kind of love between two people. And this is what love does. This is what love does. As I mentioned, I'm a dream builder coach. And when I don't know if anybody here has taken Mary Morrissey's Prosperity Plus. Oh, I should bring that program down here. You'd like it. Okay, so there are 4 areas of life: health, relationships, financial freedom, and creative expression. This is where most people want changes in their life, in those 4 areas. And so relationships can often mean one-on-one relationships. And when I'm working with clients, one of the rules is that when we're visioning, when we're dream building, it can't be like a goal. It has to be something you have no idea how you'll obtain it. It has to be that big. And there has to be some good in it for others. And then it's a worthy dream. If it's really huge, you have no idea, and there's good in it for others. And people feel like it's really selfish to want a significant one-on-one relationship with somebody else. But just like that woman noticing the love between my mom and I, and it had a huge impact. She talked about the huge impact that it had on her day. So it is with one-on-one relationships. I don't know about you, but when I see a couple and you can tell that they're way in love, you go, oh, oh, that's great, There's also a chemical thing that happens in our brain. When we initiate an act of kindness, something fires in our brain. When we receive an act of kindness, that same something fires in the brain of the recipient. You know what the most interesting part of this is? If you observe an act of kindness, the same chemicals are released in your body. The same. You don't have to be part of it. You can just witness it, and you're changed by the experience. And I think the same is true in love. I think the same is true in love. And I think especially today, that's why it's important. It's important for us to abide in love in every sense of that word. We're living in a country that's divided. But what if we abide in love? What if we truly abide in love and tolerate, because maybe we can't understand. Maybe we can't understand. But if love is the way, and I believe love is the way, maybe abiding in love is the answer. Sometimes tolerating is the answer, and I think that tolerating will lead to understanding, will lead to compassion. I think that's where it starts. Resistance will not get us there. It won't. Tolerance might. Tolerance might lead to that understanding. Tolerance might lead to that compassion. So that the quote that they used in today's reading was, "In now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love," right? Very true. And the reading talked about doing things out in the world to bring love into the world, to spread your love in that way. And I think that's very important. I think all of us should be doing that 100% of the time. And I also think that we should be doing the other side of abide. And when we run into somebody that has a different perspective, a different view than us, somebody that's a little bit rough, maybe a situation that's a little bit rough, lean into that love. Lean into that love with a capital L. I think the only mistake, the typo in the Bible, is that L should be capitalized. Because love is what God is. Love is what Spirit is. Love is all there is, and love is all you are, if you let it. It is everything that you are. You are only love. And the only thing that gets in the way of our love is us. That's the only thing that gets in the way of that love. So, okay, I don't like tolerate, but maybe I do. I'm gonna close today by reading the whole 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I'm not a big Bible girl. I love this. This is marvelous. This is the entire thing, and I think you're going to recognize, maybe you didn't know it was all in one chapter, but you're going to recognize it. "If I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but I do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but I do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all my possessions to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I might boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now, we see only a reflection, as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. How about we take that into prayer? So I know that love truly is all there is. It's called by so many names: power, presence, life, God, Spirit, all that there is. The nature of this, all that there is love. That means the nature of each one in this sacred space, or maybe watching months from now, we are love. We are love in action. We have been brought here to remember, put back together who we are and whose we are. We are love. So this is what I know. I know that something changed today. Something alkalized deep within us, deep within our soul, deep within our spirit. And we are leaving here changed, different people today. I know that we are walking in the world as love, each and every one of us. Bringing more love, receiving more love, sharing more love. We are absolutely anything and everything we've been looking for. It is right here, fully orbed now. So for this change and the blessings that it brings to the entire planet, I am so grateful. I'm so thankful. And it is in this gratitude that I release all of this, knowing it is done. So please join me in claiming this by saying, so it is, amen. So it is. Amen. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to sing a Christmas carol. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, oh, come, ye, oh, come, ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Can we do that again, please? Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, oh, come, ye, oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Thank you.
And now, would the ushers please come forward? And we'll recite our offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
So speaking a word of blessing over these tithes, these offerings, knowing that the giver is blessed, that everything that has been given here is pressed down and multiplied for the giver. It is also pressed down and multiplied for the receiver, this beautiful center. We are able to spread it around and do great works. I thank the giver. I thank this center for being here and spreading this love and joy. And I thank the universe for giving us this opportunity to share our love. And so it is.
Our prayer chaplain today is Bill Bosco. He'll be available after the service. Anyone is welcome to pray with Bill. We want to thank our volunteers today, especially Roy, who's doing a great job back there. And some of our announcements are Riders Group meets in December. I'm not sure the date. I have 3rd. Oh, and 17th at 1:30 p.m. And Jerry will be playing at Artists
Meets.
All That Jazz, December 18th, 6 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Something you may not want to miss. It's a Christmas season, and I know you'll enjoy it. We enjoy them here. Thank you. Board of Trustees meeting, December 19th, 10 a.m. Cancer Support Group meets December 16th at 1 p.m. The Grief Support Group meets December 28th at 8:30 a.m. And weekly meditation, 5 p.m. Thursday, here in our sanctuary, led by Daisy Alvarez. We also have a couple more announcements. We noticed that our hospitality for our coffee and conversation, which we will have right after the service today, and we hope you'll all join us. We need someone or all of us, which would be good too. If no one signed up by the end of this service, I'm just going to put everyone, and we can all bring in a goodie to share next week so that we can continue with our coffee and conversation. Mick and I and Bobby and Bill had the pleasure of going to deliver all of your critters, your plush critters, to Bonita Lake Elementary School. And I wanted to have pictures today, but we're going to have those next week so that you can see the joy in the faces. And we just were touched by all of that and saw the love and the joy in each of their faces as they picked their certain one, and they would even tell you, well, this is because, and this is mine. It was beautiful. Pictures next week. We're also asking for ushers to make sure that a lot of our sign-ups, and there's one, we do have 2 things coming up, and I think we're okay for the candlelight service, but which is December 23rd at 4 p.m. here. We also need ushers for the Burning Bowl service on December 31st at 4 p.m. So if you can do that, you can sign ahead for these things too. If you'd like to sign up for any of these, please do so. Now we'll have the peace song. Everyone please stand and join us.
Diane's class was just up there. You might want to talk about that, maybe talk about the candlelight service and the burning bowl service. Diane asked that we discuss, that we bring it up.
Okay. Well,
Jerry, maybe you could talk about the candlelight service?
Oh, yes. We've got the carolers coming for that. And we have the harpist, and I'll be here, and we'll sing songs. It's always great. It's a wonderful service. We'll each light a candle. So we invite everyone.
And it's the 23rd, not the 24th.
Did I say that?
No, just, oftentimes they're the Christmas Eve. And this
Yeah,
one's not.
no, it's the 23rd.
Right.
And then the burning bowl service says, we look forward to you being with us as we release what we've completed and give thanks for what's yet to come at our New Year's Eve burning bowl service. So that way we'll come full circle, blessing 2024 and welcoming 2025. Hope that you and your family and your friends please spread the word, and we'll see you there. And the burning bowl is December 31st. It is New Year's Eve, but it's at 4 o'clock, so you can still go out after. And did you want to talk about the 18th?
The 18th is with Ken Plowski. He's a clarinet and tenor saxophonist, and he's just wonderful. He's a virtuoso jazz player, so we're looking very forward to playing with him. We'll have a rehearsal that day, probably at 2 p.m., and then we'll have 2 performances that night at Artist Naples, this coming Wednesday. The concerts are 6 p.m. and 8:30 p.m.
And then Diane's class that started I might change the date of the start, right?
Yes.
So, if you have to give it's just, it's based on a book about the principles of unity.
See, I don't have that.
Yeah.
So please, go ahead and talk.
I don't know a lot about it except for what's up there.
Okay.
But I know it's 5 weeks, or 5 weeks, and she said an hour and a half per class. Right now she has it started January 1st, but they may change it to the following Wednesday to start, but they're working that out. She'll have a sign up next Sunday and the Sunday after, and you get a discount on the books if you sign up early.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Moira? Oh, you have?
No, I'm just
Okay.
looking at the colors of the book.
Let's please stand.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, and peace that was meant to be. With God as the power, love runs all our need. Now I walk with my family in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and so it is. I'll be here with Robert next week. And now he'll be sick. It'll set off. There one day where he'll say no.
Good job, Lauren.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
Let me know when you're ready.
Maybe she's did a great job on it.
You did all right, Roy.
As I get more familiar.
Such a good job.